Ron Placone here. You're listening to the Indie Bohemians Morning Show. So, Brian Williams, of course, took some heat for some of his apparent misrepresentations, and now Bill O'Reilly is taking a little bit of flack for some of the claims that he's made, and now he's defending himself. Different people are saying different things. Look, here's my take on all this. I think the true problem, first of all, it's interesting that we have a media that can't hold the powers that be accountable. First of all, because they're run by the powers that be. Second of all, because they're too busy holding each other accountable for making stuff up. But I think the big problem here is the fact that as a society, we don't know what journalism is anymore. We don't even know how to properly identify what journalism actually is. We don't make the distinction between an investigative reporter and a pontificating pundit like Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly is not a journalist. Sean Hannity is not a journalist. Nothing on Fox News, for that matter, is anything close to journalism. It's not. It is at best entertainment. Which, if you're entertained by that stuff, I don't want to sound judgy here, but you confuse me. If this, oh man, I want some nice, wholesome, quality entertainment, let me hear this old guy pontificate about people that are different than us for 4 hours. That just screams party time. There's a lot of good content in the world. There's good books. There's good music. There's good shows out there. Discover some podcasts. That's probably why the average Fox News viewer is 71 years old. They're all just being held hostage. They don't realize that they can change the channel. They see news written real big and they're like, well, I guess I'll just stay here. Why not? Is this news? This didn't used to be news. Something changed after Nam. I don't know what it was, but this stuff's weird. Should I go along with this guy? I don't know. He's old. She's kind of cute. Megyn Kelly, that's her name? All right, I'll hear her out. Sarah Palin reminds me of one of my daughters. Bah! Maybe that's it. I don't know. But my point is, and now I'm not, by no means am I saying that gives Bill O'Reilly or anyone like him a license to just make stuff up. It's ridiculous what they're doing, and it's a good thing that he's being called out on it, but it's completely absurd that this is something that's going on in our news sphere, because these people can't pursue any kind of integrity, and the reason that they don't is because they don't have to. We don't hold Bill O'Reilly or Sean Hannity or anyone like that, and we can go over to CNN too, Newt Gingrich, Crossfire, all that stuff. I'm lumping it all together here. I don't want to sound like this is just a Fox News thing. It isn't. It really isn't. And granted, there's some good journalism in the corporate media. It's not all, bad or anything like that. There is some gems every now and again. CNN occasionally has some pretty cool stuff. MSNBC occasionally has some pretty cool stuff, especially from Rachel Maddow. Fox News is there. I mean, they're there. I don't... They occasionally might have something interesting about sports. Look, my point is, maybe if we recognize punditry as punditry and journalism as journalism, there would be some inherent standards. There would be some measures of quality that were there so that you wouldn't have Bill O'Reilly or his ilk just making stuff up to try to look cool in machismo. It wouldn't happen as much because there'd be some kind of integrity and standards in the first place. Our corporate media really doesn't have that, and they haven't had that for a very long time, and I think that's the bigger problem here. And I said the same thing when the whole thing happened with Brian Williams. I said, look, this is a pot meets kettle situation. Now they're calling out Bill O'Reilly, and they can call out all these people because they all pretty much do the same thing. One thing it isn't, one thing it never was journalism. It ain't journalism. It ain't gonna be journalism. So maybe we should start making that distinction, and then stuff like this wouldn't be necessary, and we wouldn't waste valuable time and resources investigating what most of us already know is just a propaganda factory puppet. You're listening to the Indie Bohemians Morning Show.